Call to order the August 10th, 2023 Ventnor City Commission meeting to order, please. Everyone please rise for the flag salute. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Kriebel?
Here.
Commissioner Mento? Here. Mayor Landgraf?
Here. Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided in accordance with the law. I don't believe we have any presentations tonight. Department heads, I am going to look to schedule our department heads probably in September, October. Maybe split them up a little bit, not do everybody at once.
That's a good idea.
That's good.
I will not be here the first meeting in September, I don't think, right? Is that what I thought? When is that meeting? No, I'm here.
No, you're back.
I'm here. So we'll probably do it the second meeting in September and the first meeting in October. So that'll be good. No capital discussion, although we do have a capital bond on our agenda for public hearing. Following items are scheduled. This is our workshop, so there's no one here in the audience, but for those who are on Zoom, and thanks Jim Pakanowski for getting that working again. We had 2 meetings where we had some issues with that, so now it's up and running as good as it was, so that's good. This is our workshops. We will go through the agenda, discuss these items as we go through, open it up to the public at the end for any comments on those items, and then go into our formal meeting and take action. We do have an executive session at the end tonight, it looks like. So, all right, following items are scheduled for action on tonight. We have no minutes. We have no ordinance introductions. We have 3 public hearings and adoption of ordinances. The first is a bond ordinance 2023-016 for phase 1 of the lead service lines replacement project by the city of Ventnor. It is a hefty price tag at $22 million. What we're doing with this is this money is not being spent at this time. In order to apply for the grants to get further assistance with the lead, we had to get this money in place. So it'll be a placeholder in a bond ordinance. So we are doing that. Explain that correctly, Tom? So we'll have public hearing and adoption of that ordinance. The second one is 2023-017, which is our salary ordinance. And that's an update we do on an annual basis. Make sure we're compliant with standards of pay. Nothing's changing for individuals. That's just the salary ordinance. Third one will be ordinance 2023-18. And that is supplementing the city of Ventnor municipal code by adding section 38 and that 38-6, which is for the resource officer, right, for the school. We have a resolution appointing that officer tonight. So those are the 3 ordinances. We got any questions on those at this point?
Happy to have them in the school.
You good, Maria?
Is the 22 million, that's with the trust? Is that with the trust?
It's the iBank. Well,
that
no.
would be the iBank?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's like 0.5% interest at least.
Correct.
And some of it may get forgiven.
There's a big chunk of it that'll ultimately be forgiven. I think 5 million.
It's the cheapest money you can borrow.
The balance is at low interest where you get 0% on a certain amount and market on the rest, which gives you a discount off of whatever the
so it's the cheapest money you can borrow, the city can borrow.
Correct.
And it's over 30 years.
It's a 30 or 40 year
40 years
because it's a
right.
It's a long
term, which is based on the useful life of the project.
Right. Correct. So it bears summarizing again. I mean, this is so that the people in the city can be as less of an impact as possible.
Yeah.
Right.
Correct. We're hoping to get a lot of money from the DEP and the federal government to be able to pay for this lead line that they're forcing us to do.
Right.
Again, I will say this. Our lines are tested every year. Our lead content is well below what we just redid a few of them. We're at, and Ernie's not here tonight. We're under 2 parts per billion.
Right.
The state's threshold is 15 parts per billion. So we're very low on that scale. So it's a little infuriating. You have to go to and spend these dollars. We're being forced to do it by the state.
Yeah.
So that's what that is. All right, moving on to resolutions. We have.
Eric, I don't mean to interrupt, but just to be clear, we're not the only ones.
Correct.
We're going to be way ahead of everybody else. And as a result of that, we're going to get the benefit of some grants
Yep.
and federal money and state money. But ultimately, everybody's going to have to do this, and they may have to fund it completely on their own.
Correct. That's why we jumped on this early on.
Yeah.
And to get in line for the grants, we had to do this
Right.
bond
Correct.
ordinance for the
First phase.
financing appropriation.
Sure.
What's going to help us a little bit, and it's not really tied to this bond or this project, is we're doing a sewer and water replacement on Edgewater and Surrey Avenue, I believe.
Okay.
And we are going to, as part of that project, install new water lines from the main to the homes.
Oh.
So we'll see what that's going to be like in actuality.
Oh, I see.
Right now, anytime we do a sewer and water line, it stops at the curb.
Right.
Now we're going to be taking it right to the homes with the water line, just to get a feel for the machinations of getting through
Right.
someone's property and
Right.
to the house. So it's going to be,
Sort of dry runs there.
yeah, we're going to try.
We're on the dry run.
They'll be, hopefully they're dry.
Right.
Hopefully they're dry. The next section we'll do is we'll pass resolutions by consent. The first one is 2023-250, and that is refunding sports camp fees to Jamie Miller. And we have any questions on those? I'm going to go through these unless you have comments.
Okay.
Resolution 251 is authorizing Manja Pasta Dinner, which is pasta dinner that Maria's baby from on Monmouth Avenue next to Red Room, and partnership with Red Room. It's October. What are our dates?
It's I think it's here September 24th.
September 20th. It used to be October. We moved it back, I think.
Well,
right?
last year we had it, we couldn't do it. Yeah, I think,
So we moved it.
but then the weather was so unpredictable. We
Right.
tried to push it back to September.
Gotcha.
Are there still tickets available?
I haven't looked at it in about a week, so I don't
Yeah.
know.
Okay.
They were filling up quick. It's
Yeah,
150 seats, I think, right?
about 100.
We expanded it.
125.
We expanded it from the last couple of years.
It's a fun event.
Yeah.
It's a nice locals event.
Entertainment.
Everybody's welcome, of course. We get a lot of people from out of town too.
Yeah.
They love it. And we stole it from
You do Haddonfield? or something?
Haddonfield.
Yeah.
Or Haddon Heights.
Might have been Haddon Heights. Was
Yeah,
Haddon Heights?
yeah.
You said you came down, you were at, yeah.
Yep.
It was nice. Resolution 252 is extending the grace period of the 2023 third quarter taxes. 253, resolution 253 is execution of a tax abatement, block 30, lot 8, known as 6606 Atlantic Avenue. Resolution 254 is another tax abatement for block 93, lot 3.01, known as 1A North Austin Avenue. 255 is another tax abatement for block 93, 3.04, 1D North Austin Avenue. These are townhomes that were built. New construction gets these tax abatements. Resolution 256, tax abatement for block 13, lot 12.01, known as 110 South Surrey. 257 is a tax abatement, a continuation agreement for block 96, lot 2, with a condo qualification known as 3 North Nashville Avenue. And 258, resolution 258, execution of a tax abatement for block 52, lot 7, also a condo qualification and known as 14B South Hillside. Last tax abatement is resolution 259, and that is for block 30, lot 7, known as 103 South Troy Avenue. And the last resolution is coupling with our ordinance, which is resolution 260, hiring a full-time special law enforcement officer, class 3, a resource officer for the city of Ventnor. That is John Bazemore, and that will be completely funded by the school. Right. As part of that other ordinance in the past.
So on the tax abatements, I know sometimes this gets confusing and it gets confusing to me too. It's on the structure, not the land,
Correct.
and they're still paying taxes.
Correct.
They're paying 20%
Yes.
first year, the second year,
Right.
60, 80, 100.
Correct.
Okay.
After 5 years, it's a full tax payment.
Yeah.
And this was done to encourage people to build new homes in the city. While we're on that subject, and I want to do some research on it, Mark, I might need your help with this. In an effort to preserve some of our older homes, if we were able to come up with, and I've never seen this done, that's why it's kind of new to me anyway. and you may have mentioned something about this and it got me thinking, in an effort to try and save some of our older homes, if you restore an older home that's 100 years or maybe 75 years
Right.
older or more, we could do something similar with the tax abatement. Is that something you guys would, if we can find a way to do that, is that something?
The devil is in the details.
Oh, yeah,
but
the details are.
Yeah.
It would be a similar thing
Yeah,
where it's a
yeah.
percentage each year, full amount.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I would support it. I think I was going to circle back on the abatement as well. And a lot of people, I don't think really realize that it's been a way for us to keep the market strong in Ventnor. And we've tossed it. We come to these points in time when things kind of plateau,
Yep.
and we talk about changing it in some way that might benefit the city more. But the reality is the interest rates are higher. That you need these incentives, and it's only a matter of a few years, and people are back up to paying the full amount of taxes that they're entitled to. But we have a new structure, or we have a renovated structure in the case that you're describing. So I think it's still something that we need. We have a lot of stock that needs to get improved.
And 90% of the time with the new home, we're getting more taxes, even at that abated rate,
Right.
than the
right.
house that was there before.
That's a good
Right.
point. So we're actually we're
ahead of the
we're ahead of the game
Ahead of the
as a. I take Maria's point. Well, I think that it's in the details, because you don't want to have houses that don't really have any historical significance, I would say, or any, but there's a lot of stock that needs
Right.
to be.
That's why I would
Prepared.
say, homes, they have to be a certain date.
Yeah.
Built before such and such a date. So it's 75 or 100 years old or something like that.
Right. I think
Um,
St. Leonard's Tract
Maybe
would
it's tied to that
improve, would
formula where
agree.
if you do more than 50% improvement,
Yeah, but
where
then
you have to
it would
raise.
definitely
Maybe
be
it's
that.
tied to something
It
like
would have to be, follow those same rules.
Yeah, maybe that
Yeah.
would make sense.
Because if you don't, you're elevating that home.
Yeah,
You're abandoning a first floor that's not
yeah.
compliant. So,
Yeah.
I want to look at it. So Mark, maybe we'll sit down and I'm going to talk to Jim Rutel about it too. He may have some ideas, and, maybe Tom, if you've, in the groups that you're in, I know Maria used to be a member, a lot of the city administrator.
My only experience with historic preservation was not well received.
Right.
People really didn't want a designation of historic.
I'm not looking to do that either.
Right.
But I'm
No, I
not
don't
sure
think
that
that's a
you can
good
do
idea.
an abatement without something like that. And
Okay.
as Commissioner Kriebel already alluded to, unless there's something distinctive about the property, like unique architecture or connection to a historic figure,
Okay.
just being old in and of itself doesn't necessarily qualify.
Right.
But as far as tax abatement, there may be something you can do, but we'll look. Mark will look
Okay.
at it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just an idea to kick around.
Yeah, other cities, you like, you think about Wildwood and the doo-wop architecture down there and how they kind of expand on it. It becomes part of their culture. I think we're known for our attractive but drafty old beach houses that,
Be something as simple as I'm just throwing out a big number out there. If you double the value of your home with improvements, then does it have to be a
If you
Every
did that in
huge home?
if you did that in 1 year, you'd have to be FEMA compliant.
Right.
You can only spend half your home's value in any 1 year, where you have to become
Right.
FEMA compliant.
I'd like to see more incentives for the business districts. I know they don't get used as much as those tax abatements, but maybe I think there's still some room for our business districts to get
There's a lot of room for,
more attractive.
Gonna have around a while.
yeah, we try to get money every year and we keep getting shut down.
Improve
Yeah,
the business district. How can we get money to them?
yeah,
What can we legally do?
right.
We've been kicking that around for years.
Yeah, nothing seems to really surface.
Yeah.
But the Main Street program, that kind of helps, but that's a lengthy process, and
Yeah.
costly process to get into.
Yeah.
Agency to get into. All right, next up, we'll approve our bills and payroll. We'll have discussion items. I don't know. I don't have anything tonight.
I don't either.
I don't see anything on our agenda for discussion. So our public portion, we'll have our public portion on the items that we discussed so far on the agenda tonight. So with that, I'll open it up. We had talked about not doing the motions for opening and closing public.
Right.
You guys fine
I'm
with
not sure how that works, but simple.
We'll open the public portion to items that are on our agenda this evening. Anyone wishes to make a comment, please step forward or make yourself known on Zoom, and we'll recognize you. Jim, can you open it up to Zoom?
Sure. Anybody on Zoom who wishes to speak or question any of the items that are being discussed or voted upon tonight, please make yourself known and you'll be recognized. No.
Okay. With that, I'll need a motion to close the workshop portion and call to order the regular portion of our meeting.
Motion to close workshop portion and call to order regular portion of commission meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so no minutes, no introductions. We have a public hearing on ordinance 2023. Need a motion to open the public hearing on bond ordinance for phase 1 of the lead service lines replacement.
Motion to open public hearing on ordinance 2023-016 bond ordinance.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Anyone out on Zoom have any comments on this adoption of this ordinance? Please make yourself known, make your comments.
No.
Okay. Need a motion to close the public portion?
Motion to close public portion of ordinance adoption.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Need a motion to adopt ordinance 2023-016?
Motion to adopt ordinance 2023-016.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Kribel?
Yes.
Commissioner Mento?
Yes.
Mayor Langgraf?
Yes. Okay, I'll need a motion to open public hearing on ordinance 2023-17.
Motion to open public hearing on ordinance 2023-017.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone on Zoom have any comments or questions on this ordinance? Please make yourself known and we'll answer those questions or reply to your comments.
No.
Being none, I need a motion to close.
Motion to close.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Need a motion to adopt ordinance 2023-017.
Motion to adopt ordinance 2023-017.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Kribel?
Yes.
Commissioner Mento?
Yes.
Mayor Langgraf?
Yes. Need a motion to open the hearing on ordinance 2023-018.
Motion to open public hearing on ordinance 2023-018.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Public comment is now open on ordinance 2023-018. If you have any comments, please make yourself known. Seeing none, we'll look for a motion to close the public portion.
Motion to close public portion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Final motion for the adoption of ordinance 2023-018.
Motion to adopt ordinance 2023-018.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Kribel?
Yes.
Commissioner Mento?
Yes.
Mayor Langgraf?
Yes. I need a motion to adopt resolutions by consent 2023-250 through 260.
Motion to adopt resolutions by consent as described.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Kribel?
Yes.
Commissioner Mento?
Yes.
Mayor Langgraf?
Yes. And we'll have the bills and payroll by our CFO or our comptroller, excuse me.
Payrolls for this period, $752,438.57. The payables for this period, $1,169,768.65.
Okay, I need a motion to approve bills and payroll.
Motion to approve bills and payroll.
Second with recusing 23-00337 digital media ACUA, 23-01604 recycling payment ACUA, 23-01633 trash payment ACUA, and 23-01084 payment to JPM.
Okay, need a roll call, please.
Pardon me. Commissioner Kribel?
Yes.
Commissioner Mento?
Yes.
Mayor Langgraf?
Yes. Okay, any commissioner comments? We'll go with Maria first this time.
I actually do not have anything tonight.
All right.
Had a great time at the concert last night,
It was
but you know, it was wonderful. And if you haven't gone to one yet, people haven't gone to one yet, you might want to. It's really a nice night and
Beautiful night on Ski Beach last night.
yeah.
It was perfect.
I think the Wednesday night concerts, the way that Public Works takes care of the lawn and the way public safety kind of works together with everybody to set up and close has become a real, they've started to figure it out. It's really,
I think so.
And
Yeah.
I think
Worked well.
Saturday, well, Saturday, Sir
I
Rob?
think it is, yeah.
Yeah.
So you have a Rod Stewart, cover
Concert,
band
yeah, Saturday night.
tribute.
Food trucks.
Come on, Vince, don't like
Vendor.
Rod Stewart.
No, he's great. I love Rod Stewart.
Um,
I have a brief comment.
Okay,
And it's very brief. As I just as a result of our a simple conversation in the hallway today, the fire chief.
Jim, is there something going on with the audio?
Nothing on my end.
We got a really loud in chambers.
One of the mics go down.
There's something close to one of the mics. It's the only thing I can think of.
And what? Move your mic from underneath that mic. Here's the red light's on yours.
That means it's on.
Right?
I mean, it's on.
Okay.
Red's on.
Okay. All right, so working. All right, sound
So,
on.
real brief. As far as I can understand, it was very just brief conversation. But the county has portable generators, the type that you tow to a location that we rent sometimes for our holiday parade. So they are gifting us the city with one, which we can use. We can keep in storage when we do need it. We need it, and it'll be there. They'll like everything that the fire department does. They'll keep it protected and maintained.
Wait, what?
So it's a portable generator, the kind you see in construction sites that are built as trailers.
Towable.
Yeah,
It's 10,000 watts, so it can run a building.
yeah.
Probably going to be diesel powered, I would think, but it's just I think it's a part of the sort of cooperative currency we have with our department heads, fire and police. They're always looking out for us and working well with other community members.
Okay, hold a conversation with a guy in the hallway.
Yeah. And
Hey, we
it's-
got two of these. You want one?
exactly. That's how it works.
Love it.
Yeah. And
Grin
they,
on his face coming
and the-
into your office.
yeah. Yeah. And they know,
God, it's like Christmas Day then.
and they know they trade, they help each other. There's the all calls that go out, the favor, the things
That was
that,
today,
yeah.
the
Morning.
conversation,
Yeah.
yeah, because the
Yeah.
county was here.
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vince Jones was here for something we'll discuss in a few months.
Okay.
So it's a good thing. We'll use it. I know when we were, all struggling with Sandy, the departments could have used it. We were the whole city was without power for weeks then, so
Yeah.
it's a possibility.
I
That's
don't
all I
really have anything other than, if you don't notice it already, the spot is running off the pier. We have hundreds of people off the pier now. Working through some challenges there. Chief's been very helpful with that. We are going to have our staff there through the night on weekends, with extra patrols by the cops running down there as needed. So appreciate that extra effort, Chief. It just gets a lot of people out there, and there's always some little things that we try to nip in the bud before they can become big things.
Mhm.
That's pretty much it that I have. I mean, the concerts. South Jersey's lifeguard races are this coming Friday, tomorrow in Margate. If you didn't get a chance to see last week's race, the Margate Memorials, Brigantine caught, I don't know whoever, I follow this stuff, you follow this stuff. They caught just a once in a lifetime wave to win the doubles row.
Wow.
The Savell brothers from Brigantine just rode this wave all the way in. It's fun to watch. It's
Was Paul in that? Paul?
these kids,
Those kids.
his two sons,
Oh.
rowed for Drexel.
Right.
So
They're brilliant rowers.
yeah,
The whole
they
thing.
caught a wave. And
Do you know where and when?
yes. So tomorrow evening, the races start at 6:30 and they are at right out in front of Lucy. So
Wow.
go down there. You cannot get on the beach at where you're used to at Washington I don't know the name of that street where their headquarters is. You have to go on at Washington. If you're going to drive a vehicle on, you have to go on Washington. Right. So they had to close that entrance.
I'm sorry, you said 5:30 or 6:30?
6:30.
6:30, okay.
So, and that is hosted by them because they won it last year.
Right.
That goes to whoever wins it.
I was proud to see our new beach patrol headquarters as a keystone in the last races. I thought that was
And then
great.
we'll have ours. The Gaudies will be the following Friday.
Right.
It showcases our guys. So but that's all I have.
Hard to
Matt.
believe it's just about the middle of August.
Say it again.
It's hard to believe
It is.
it's just about the
It
middle
is.
of August. It feels like we just started this
Yeah.
season.
Well, summer didn't start till July. We had the worst June on record, I think, of weather-wise.
We start preparing in March and then it's over.
We'll open up to the public for comments on anything. Jim, you want to open it up to the Zoom?
Anybody on Zoom wishes to speak on any items, please make yourself known and be recognized. No?
All right. With that, we'll close the public portion, and we do have to go into executive session. Lisa, we'll need a motion to go into that. You want to, and then Lisa will read the notice there. Need a motion to go into executive?
Motion to enter executive session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All
New
right.
Jersey Open Public Meetings Act permits the discussion of certain matters within executive session as an exception to certain provisions of said law. The Ventnor City Board of Commissioners wishes to discuss certain matters which qualify as exceptions in executive session. No binding action upon the Board of Commissioners will be taken with an executive session, and the discussion conducted in closed session will be disclosed to the public when legally permitted and when the public interest will no longer be served by making such matters confidential. The matters to be discussed are potential litigation, contract negotiations.
We are back out of executive session. Our solicitor will summarize the discussions that we had.
Yes, we discussed the Ocean City and the BPU litigation with regard to Offshore Economic Development Act and the wind energy and what's happening in Ocean City. That was a potential litigation, and we also discussed contract negotiations that we're having with Brigantine regarding the joint court.
Okay. All right. You guys have anything else?
No.
All right.
Nope.
Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Right. Thank you, everyone. Thanks,
you.
Jim.
Welcome. Have a good night.